welcome to my channel. My name is Afton and I'm Monty's Tarot Child. Today I have 4 piles picked out for you, and we're going to be looking at the energy of a message that your intuition has been trying to get to you. So I'd love for you to just take a moment to pause and meditate on one of these 4 piles to see which one is most aligned with your energy, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. You chose the Smoky Quartz point, and this is what your crystal looks like. And I'm just going to set it off to the side here, and we're going to get right into your reading. We're going to look at the main theme, the overall energy of what your intuition has been trying to let you know. And you have the Strength card, okay? So the Strength card in this deck is ruled by the language infinity and represented through the number 8. And it also is connected to karma and the energy of totality. So it says, what goes around comes around. We are all connected and can heal when we know that everything obeys the laws of the universe. Okay, so I think that you are at this current moment absolutely interested in healing. You're interested in being able to, it feels almost as if like finish out and close a cycle. Something that is asking strength of you, asking strength from you. And a part of this is knowing that everything happens because of a certain level of energy within the universe that, I truly am a firm believer that everything that is in existence is meant to be in existence. And it's hard for us to question that, because then we are questioning the entirety of life, the entire meaning of life. It's like one person cannot be exempt from purpose just because it doesn't make sense to us, just because it's a puzzle to us. So I feel like this is a large part of the spiritual lessons that you're learning at this time. And it's like your intuition is trying to seep this message into your awareness more and more at this time. I'm going to look even more into like the karma of it and how this cycle is totaling out for you. But I do feel as if you feel like you've been dealing with a situation for some time, and that you over time have gained different strengths, new strengths in regards to a specific situation. And you are understanding that it's not for nothing, especially if you are aware or notice cycles that continue to happen in your life. It is because there is more understanding, I think, that you are needing to reach, are meant to reach within this. And I think this is something that you can agree to as well, can agree with. It may seem still unclear for you as to what other strengths you're gaining, what other knowledge you're gaining from a specific situation. But this is your intuition letting you know and confirming for you, pile number 1, that a situation will be coming to a close. A situation will be coming to a close, but your perspective is what is helping aiding this closure of a cycle. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know further about this intuitive message that is trying to reach you, what your intuition has been really trying to get through to you at this time. And let's see what Spirit would like for you to know. Pile number 1, please, Spirit. Thank you. Compassion at the bottom of the deck, and you have patience. Yes. So both of these are integral to cycles closing, to chapters closing, endings. They are very key components, key energy of patience, allowing things to come to a close, and being compassionate, very compassionate and gentle with self, as you may feel agitation or just irritation in general. But patience will be a key part for you in allowing something to take place, allowing something to to close out. I'm going to sit with the energy a bit more. We do have your sacral chakra here, highlighted in the patience card. So I feel as if this is connected to your confidence. It's connected to your creativity. It's connected to your willpower, the energy that you exert out. I feel as if this also is tied to your abundance because the number 8 is here, and that talks about abundance in a sense of like not just wealth, not just money, but security. It also, the 8 of course resembles the infinity sign. So it also talks about like longevity within finances as well. And I feel as if there's a part of you that really wants this energy around your financial matters, and it's taking patience from you. This may be a part of what your intuition has been trying to tell you this whole time. You've been seeing signs of abundance. You've been seeing materializations of certain manifestations while other ones are still not producing just yet. And I feel as if time is a difficulty for you because you want to know how things are going to take place. You want to know when things are going to take place. And that can be quite tricky for you. So definitely holding compassion for yourself at this time is necessary. As you continue to, it's not like this is stopping you from creating or stopping you from being creative. It just, it feels as if it's a test. This card flew out. I'm not going to keep them. There are probably quite a few. So trust all will be well. New moon in Virgo. Lighten up, last quarter moon in Leo. And clear your mind with the last quarter moon in Gemini. So things are clearing up for you. Everything is showing to you that there is movement in your life, that there isn't stagnancy, even though your mind may feel as if it is very deceiving and convincing you of otherwise. I do believe that there is a certain level of sight that you can see that encourages you to keep going with what it is that is driving you at this time. And this could be a confirmation for that message for you, pile number 1. Let's see what else Spirit wants you to know about your intuition and the intuitive message that you are being made aware of at this time. Let's see. You have new moon in Aquarius, open up to change. Very interesting. Very interesting, pile number 1. I do believe that your intuition has been trying to like get you to open up a little bit more, get you to trust in, in yourself, in your originality, in your creative pursuits. Definitely trying to get you to view something with a different, not just perspective, but a sight of something. It's like you, with the Aquarius energy here, you are very unique. You are, you stand out. You think differently than a lot of people who are closest to you. It makes you feel as if you not necessarily are a loner, but you could be with the new moon in Scorpio at the bottom of the deck. Go deeper. You could be a loner, but it's like you feel this way because of how unique and original that you are. So you could have a friend group that really supports you in unique different ways, and maybe even for some of you, you wish that could go deeper. You wish that you could have deeper connections to others, but you are so different. You feel as if you feel different from other people. I don't know why that's being highlighted as so strong for you, pile number one, but be very patient with yourself when you are experiencing different things, when you're experiencing change in your life. Be very patient with yourself. For someone specific, I'm hearing, especially if you feel like you are going to miss an opportunity, there are cycles in your life where you're not going to miss out on anything. You're exactly where you're meant to be. And the change that is taking place in your life is meant to happen. It's meant to happen like this and in this way. So to be very, again, patient with the compassion and the patient card here, be very gentle with yourself as things are changing around you, and maybe even as you yourself are changing. I do feel as if you may feel like this intuitive urge or pull to start changing some things up about maybe your routines, or maybe some part of your like spiritual cleansing routine, or your emotionally like healing rituals, even. That may be for someone specific. But I do see that your intuition has definitely been trying to prepare you for a new beginning. With the infinity sign, is possibly a beginning that feels similar to ones you already had. Like, experiences are never necessarily like black and white, like, oh, this is something brand new I've never experienced before. Maybe it's something that you have experienced before, but in many different ways, so it still feels new to you. And so this open up to change just is letting you know, like, even if you cannot 100% predict what is going to happen on this path, just know that change is inevitable, and that it's not something that you can control or even always predict. Let's see what else Spirit wants you to know about this intuitive message. You have Rosemary with the memory card. And you have Leo energy here, the sun. Very interesting, very beautiful. And at the bottom of the deck, you have gratitude with the pink rose and Gemini energy here. Very beautiful. So I do believe that, your intuition is heavily connected to your gratitude. You have had like a long relationship with your intuition, as we all have. You've definitely taken a lot of time to learn it. I think also that with the memory card coming up, there's some part of your past, I feel as if, like a spiritual lesson from your past that is, again, cycling through your life right now. And this doesn't have to be like a distant past. This can just be like a more recent thing that you feel as if you've already addressed, already looked at, and it's coming up again. And like I mentioned, it's not new to you, but the way that the situation is going to open up, is going to evolve. It will bring back a lot of memories of other situations that it may remind you of, pile number one. And your intuition definitely chose you to pick this pile, or had you pick this pile in order to hear this message, to prepare you for the memories, to prepare you for whatever may come up that changes in your life, and to really, reiterate the importance of how important it is for you to be very patient with yourself at this time. The memory card also makes me think about like triggers almost. And if you do find yourself as someone who is easily moved or like affected by energy that is external, this could be a sign that you may be facing some of that right now. And I just wanted to be honest with you, pile number one, triggers, they range from intensity, and it's not going to look the exact same way for everyone who is viewing this pile, but your memories are here to aid you in what you have already moved through. It's here to remind you that the last cycle that you went through did not take you. It did not take you out. It did not take you away from maybe certain goals that you had financially or materially. It has strengthened you in some strange and ironic way. I feel like pile number one. And your memories will aid you in bringing this back up. You could, because Leo is opposite of Aquarius, you could be a Leo with an Aquarius moon, or an Aquarius with an Aquarius moon and Leo and somewhere else in your chart as well. Just noticing those energies. You also have the card of co-create here. Your intuition is letting me know and letting you know. And we also have the round and round. So what goes around comes around is coming right back out for you with the number 7 here, and 16 also breaks down to a 7 as well. Very interesting. Pile number one. You are in the process of co-creating with the universe. We are always in a process of co-creation. It just depends on stages of life and what it looks like versus what it looked like last when co-creating with the universe. And so I think this time around, because round and round, you have definitely been intuitively being guided to approach a situation differently, to definitely show up when spirit calls for you, if that makes sense, pile number one, but to also be available to create with the universe, be available to share your hopes and dreams with the universe so that they can hear you, be available to learn more about how to approach things differently, how to bring more gratitude, even more gratitude in your life. I feel like you are focused on wanting to deepen your gratitude, wanting to definitely make it a part of your approach when creating things, to be grateful for the moments of creation that you have. This is something different for you. This is a part of that change. It's like you have a new process. It feels like a new creative process, and you're very, very grateful this time around. How it has grown, your relationship, I feel like, to your creativity. You're very grateful about it. How much patience you've given yourself. I think you're very grateful. You have it. You have that energy. I think you just want to deepen it, to trust your gratitude, to almost intertwine your gratitude with your faith as well. When, like, hoping that one does not waver because the other does, or hoping that, you have less and less moments of your faith or your optimism or your, gratitude wavering. So this feels like such a specific message for you, pile number one, but I'm going to look and see if the tarot can tell me more about what it is that your intuition wants you to know at this time. I think you are, with the strength card being like your main energy, you're definitely tapping in to your spiritual strength and wanting to just show up, I guess, for the universe and also for yourself. And your intuition is leading you to this, leading you to what you have been asking for, what you have been wanting to be present and represented in your life. You have the Justice card. So it has taken some time for things to come into balance for you. This is also, I think, a part of the karma energy that is represented in the Strength card. It has absolutely taken time for this balance to reach you, which is why patience was so important and still is, because I think even as you're listening to this message, pile number one, your awareness is shifting slowly and deeply about how things have been out of balance for you for a little bit, and how you're basically ready for this. Like, you're ready to show up, as I mentioned in the co-creation. You're ready to take the action that you may feel is necessary, even if that may look like non-action as well. So let's see. We have the Four of Cups. Yes, and the Four of Cups can be depicted as a card of non-action, just because it's normally depicted as someone who is not necessarily the most pleased or impressed with their environments, whether that be emotionally or physically or even spiritually, because in the traditional Rider-Waite sense, the Four of Cups is depicted as a hand, coming out of the sky, gifting someone a cup that they do not notice because they are so into their own existence that they don't realize there are literal blessings coming out of the sky for them. And so this Four of Cups is depicted much differently. I think it is symbolic to have the snake here, just to symbolize the transformation that you are taking emotionally in regards to, again, looking at things with more gratitude and understanding that your time will come, that you are absolutely working towards something, and a specific outcome, like seeing the outcome, does not validate the existence of what you're creating any less or any more. And this is something your intuition has been trying to reach you, trying to tell you and to let you know, like, it's okay to be disappointed or, just like wanting more from a situation, as long as you continue to show up to that situation, feeding it what it is that you would like. So in regards, like, for example, this continues for me to tie back to your creativity. We have Leo here. We have the sacral chakra here, and co-creation. Like, you are a creator. I feel that strongly, pile number one. So it doesn't necessarily mean a relationship is something that you must feed into and give your all, even though it's not feeding to you. This is in regards to your creativity and how you have felt like it has not been received, or, not even just received, but like it hasn't been appreciated, quite frankly, as much as you have appreciated once upon a time, because the energy that you have placed into it, what you feel, and what you feel is not, you feel as if is not being honored. And that is with patience. I feel like you are needing to go deeper with your own creativity before others can even begin to tap into it. I think also with the Cups energy here, it's standing out to me that the memory card is here. Our emotions are a strong indicator, our emotions are our connection to our memories. It's like you remember things that have made you feel something deeply, has resonated with you so strongly that it was able to create a memory. And I feel like the Four of Cups is echoing this. Like, you want your work to be remembered. I feel that so strongly, especially with the Leo, being a zodiac that knows that it deserves the spotlight, and Aquarius being the zodiac that knows that it deserves to be in connectivity with others, with the human race. It's like these things and you feel them deeply, and because it has not been aligned up until this point, it's almost as if your intuition is telling me that you were just one step away from giving up, so close from giving up. And something may have ignited your light once again, brought you back to your creative self, sparked something in you, made you move, made you want to create, made you want to like grab pen and paper right away and get these ideas down because they're so hot and so ready to be release from your brain, release from your spirit and your soul. You are very creatively driven, pile number one. I sense that so strongly. And your intuition wants you to know, like, don't ever let that go. Don't ever let that sway. Remember when you used to enjoy doing such and such so much? It's like, tap into that energy. Do not be afraid of cycles or feeling as if you are still in a cycle. Just take every opportunity, I feel as if you can, to enjoy where you are at and what you are doing, because it's not always going to look this way. The Two of Swords, I think, tells me that it's time for you to make a choice, especially with the Six of Swords being right underneath the bottom of the deck. It's time to make a choice to move away from certain mental habits, certain thoughts and beliefs about yourself and your creativity. This is a choice because on the other side of you walking away from certain habits, certain thoughts about yourself, is you walking towards your co-creative purpose with spirit. Like, you are meant to be in creation with spirit. You are meant to tie your intuition and your creativity together and conjoin them in a way that brings about harmony in your creative life. This is a part of your purpose. This is a part of your karma, is to let go of the self-doubt and the disbelief about what it is that you can create and why it is so sacred. You are meant to shed this. You are meant to release this. And your intuition is letting you know that this is a process that is taking place for you right now. It's beginning. I believe, like, you are, like I mentioned in the number 8, for like looking like the infinity sign. I feel like you're just on the end of one curve of a cycle and about to curve into a new cycle to repeat and relearn and redo. And of course, as I'm recording this, Mercury has stationed retrograde, so it is the time for that. It is the energy of that to definitely make the most out of this cycle that has brought itself up again in your life. And it has to do with your monetary gains in regards to your creativity, and how, like I mentioned before, you don't feel as if they match. You don't feel as if they add up. You're not feeling the reciprocation. And this is, I think, something that a lot of creators struggle with, pile number one. I definitely feel as if you know that you're not the only one. And it makes you feel a little more, what's the word? A little more sturdy in self, because you value what you create. Yes, you value what you create. So really the disconnect is your community, is your audience. You're looking for them. You're trying to find them. And this has sometimes made you doubt the value of what you are providing, just because it hasn't reached the people that it's meant to. And I feel as if someone also needs to hear the message from their intuition that maybe you must look elsewhere to place your creativity. With the Five of Pentacles coinciding with the new moon in Aquarius, you may need to find a new environment to exist in creatively, pile number one. But of course, take what resonates. You will feel it in your intuition. This is just a confirmational message from your intuition on what has been trying to take place in your life. So the Five of Pentacles just tells me that, yes, things are balancing out. The Four of Cups and the Five of Pentacles tells me, like, really get comfortable creating with what you have. Really get comfortable creating from memory, creating from nothing. Get comfortable with that and allow yourself to see the value in it. Nine of Pentacles. It's literally the, this is the Nine of Pentacles tells me that this is the solution. What I just mentioned about like getting comfortable with, let's be honest, your feelings of lack, getting comfortable with feeling like there is more to be experienced, because there is for you, pile number one. You have so much more life to experience, and you will be able to. Do not feel as if, you know, what you see in your account or how many followers you see is the representation of what will exist in your life continuously. There is energy balancing out. You are meant to continue doing what you're doing with patience, with intention, and bask in what exists in your life now. Not just make do, not just settle for what is there. Bask in it. Romanticize what you have already and where you are right now in life already. With the bottom of the deck being the Hermit, you will be taking a lot more time to yourself, especially with Scorpio being at the other bottom of the deck. And you may have done many like social media breaks and keep to yourself, you know, type of energy. And this is just another round of that, another version of that, where you are definitely going to, again, be holding a lot of gratitude and silence and stillness and reflection. You will experience a lot of, I think, different emotions. Gratitude just being one of them, especially with the Four of Cups here. It's like, it may get a little, oh, I wish this and I wish that. And again, nothing wrong with that. Completely okay. Because that is also just a part of your process. But definitely allowing the emotions that come up. Don't beat yourself up or battle yourself about the emotions around your financial matters get to you. Like, it's normal to want to even need equality and stability. It's normal. And Spirit is trying to create that in your life with you right now actively. They need you to be a conspirator because they need your voice. They need your DNA in order to identify your dreams to you. And that is what is the process that is taking place in your life right now. I am going to look at a few affirmations for you. And of course, I split the deck, and what do I see? When I'm patient, I let the universe do for me what I cannot do for myself. And of course, you know, pawn number one, I'm going to just show you this one as well. The dragonfly has been a symbol for me for the past week or so now, and I want to show it to you for whatever reason I'm being called. But it says also, I always trust the direction of the universe and know I am being guided. So patience and trust is a large part of what your intuition is trying to tell you about right now. Is so like, patience is a key for you, a key to a door that you have felt has been locked for so long. And it's like, you have a bag full of keys and you can't find that patience key because you're rushing. So the Spirit is saying, when you are patient, you are allowing me to do for you what you cannot do for yourself. And I think it's so beautiful, the amount of trust that you are trying to build in your life, knowing that the universe is guiding you. This is something that you know. This is something that you know. And so you're trying to feed your patience with that knowing. So I'm going to look at one final affirmation for you, pile number one, to see what your intuition has been trying to tell you at this time. And that will be the conclusion of your message. I think maybe, yeah, I think so. I don't think I'm going to grab any other decks, pile number one. Let's see. One final message for pile number one, please, Spirit. Okay. So seeing, just before getting into it, really, seeing this tree Makes me think of like your family tree, and then the stars above. Are like all of the ancestors watching over your whole family tree, your whole lineage. It's beautiful. When I connect to the spiritual realm, I open the door to receive divine guidance, clear direction, and great wisdom. So your intuition really wants you to know, and they really have reiterated quite a few times that you are being guided, that like you're connected to spiritual guidance and deeply. So of course, when you do have to make a decision or a choice about something, know that the choice that stands out to you the most, the choice that you intuitively, instinctively feel is like the first one for you, more than likely is, because you are tapping into your intuition. And you're connected to the spiritual realm that is giving you clear direction. And you're going to be receiving a lot of wisdom just in simply moving with faith and opening yourself up to like change, allowing change to happen in your life. And this is where I feel like you will also see a lot of new abundance coming in for you as well. You're going from the 5 of coins to the 9 of coins. So it's not as if, I feel as if you feel like you've reached legacy level of financial stability, but it's comfort. It's financial comfort at this time that you are experiencing based on a perspective shift, I feel like. And with the memory here, you could be writing down a lot, journaling a lot in order to hold new memories. You may have felt like you don't have a lot of access to older memories or some of the ones that you wish that you still had access to. So now I think you are also trying to hold on to the memories that you do have. And at the bottom of the deck for this one, you have spiritual alignment puts my manifestation into motion. It is a direct affirmation letting you know that your alignment is putting your manifestations into motion. Not just financial stability, but emotional, what's the word? Oh my goodness. Not just financial stability, but you are also manifesting. Emotional fulfillment is what that feels like. It's like the 4 of Cups is the opposite of that. And I'm not saying that you feel unfulfilled, pile number 1. I'm just saying that there's more fulfillment waiting to reach you. And you know this based on your intuition. You already know. So I hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Pile 1, I would greatly appreciate it. And I would love it if we could start building a community down in the comment section. And you can communicate with other Pile 1s and let them know how you're navigating this cycle change and navigating building better and more for yourself. And other Pile 1s will be able to resonate with you and share if they'd like to as well. So that is my little bit of encouragement. I hope to see you in another reading. Peace. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. You chose the beautiful highlight point. This is what it looks like. And we're going to get right into your reading. Put this off to the side and see what is your overall energy. So you have the World card, and it is represented by yin yang energy. And it says, thoughts and action, overcoming doubts and indecision. Think things through and there will be success. It's also connected to the mind and the identity, and it is ruled by the number 21. It is the 21st card in the major arcana. So, pile number 2. Your intuition is trying to let you know that your thoughts and your action at this current moment in your life is helping you to overcome doubts and indecision. It's probably about a specific situation, but it could just be in life in general, that you have had a hard time finding a balance between your mind and your identity. There's a disconnect, it feels like, in between the two. You could be thinking that you want to show up in the world one way, but then you actually do in another way. And so in order to bring these energies together and for them to work with one another, you're going to be asked to think things through. And you will find success, pile number 2. I do see that through taking a moment before initiating something new, just asking yourself, is this, something that is connected to me authentically? Am I connected to something authentically? Does it make me think, act in my authentic nature? And does it align with what I'm trying to grow in my life authentically overall? So I do believe that you're going to be questioning a lot of things at this time. Just your existence in the world, pile number 2. And I feel like your intuition is bringing you this information in order for you to not overthink, in order for you to not continue to second guess or doubt, but to really just analyze. I'm going to get into the reading even further and see what it is that Spirit wants you to know. Oh my goodness, it flew out. So abundance, straight off the bat for you at the bottom of the deck. And you had the card effort flow out. So you definitely have a lot of energy. You are putting in a lot of effort towards something, and it is aiding in your abundance. Your intuition wants to confirm this for you because I do believe that you feel it. You're aware of this energy because of how much effort you've been putting out. And so this is a confirmation message for you. That with intention and the effort that you have been putting in, you will be receiving success through abundance. You will know that you are successful through something by seeing a monetary gain of some sort. And your intuition is letting you know that what you sense is correct. There is something on the horizon for you. It's just almost as if Spirit is waiting on a confirmation and you haven't been able, almost as if you haven't been able to give it just yet, because you're still working towards balancing your mind and your spirit and integrating probably even a lot of spiritual lessons as well. With the effort here, you've been working towards your stability. You've been working towards financial stability, but I also feel like it's mental stability and emotional stability as well. You've really been putting in the work, pile number 2, and Spirit sees that, they recognize it, and they want you to know. They want you to know that they see you being very intentional with your actions, again, to overcome indecision and doubt. And so I'm going to look and see what this doubt could be about. It could be in regards to your abundance and how you have been left questioning whether this is something that's going to take place for you. I don't believe you are looking for fame, pile number 2, with the abundance here. It could be. I mean, everyone's level of security will look different in their life and what their goals are and what their aim is. But to me, the effort is for security. It's for stability. It's not for necessarily a limelight of some sort, but just stability overall. So let's see why these doubts are taking place. Pile number 2. What is the intuitive message for pile number 2, please, Spirit? Courage. Yes, and leadership at the bottom of the deck with Gemini's energy. So courage tells me that, yes, you definitely have had to step out and take a leap of faith on something. And it again, another 4. We have the 13 twice for you, pile number 2. So you may be very connected to the number 13 or the number 4 in general. There's also Libra energy here for you, talking about that balance again. But the efforts and the it could be small risk. I'm not really sure. The risk that you have taken has called courage from you. And it has taken a lot of courage for you to even think about taking action on something like this. I think that's where the doubts have come from, is because this is a big thing that you are trying to undertake at this time. And it's heavily tied to your stability. So you could be closing on a contract for your job, for work, whatever, closing on something that is supposed to bring you stability. And you are hoping that this is the large opportunity that you think it is, and it is pile number 2. Your intuition would like for me to confirm that for you. And the effort that you are putting out, with the amount of courage that it has taken for you to do so, it is no wonder that you have abundance at the bottom of the deck. And of course, with the health card being right underneath that, and the 71 breaking down to an 8, I do see 888 here as another number you could be seeing a lot, and is heavily connected to your abundance. Your health is very abundant at this time, and your money and your financial stability is even more so. With the leadership at the bottom of the deck, this could be a leadership role that is taking place in your life. You have Libra and Gemini. I just realized that. So Libra twice. Lots of synchronicities coming out for you, pile number 2. And this just tells me that this is the message for you. There's no doubt. You could have a lot of air in your chart, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. But with the leadership here, you have struggled with wanting to step up and to take the lead on something. You could be eating a lot more broccoli, using a lot more time in your seasonings and your cooking as well. And this is Spirit's confirmation to let you know that you are preparing to take a leadership role, to step up into something that is new and different for you. And to really, like, when you step into this, to really step into it, believe in yourself, believe that you know why you are there, that they didn't make a mistake letting you into the room or letting you lead the conference or whatever it is that has been placed in your life at this time. It's an opportunity to really do something different for yourself. And I think you are curious, you're enticed by it, excited to see where it will take you. But it has taken courage. And I feel like you are tapping into that energy right now as we speak. Let's see what else for pile number 2, please, Spirit. What else is their intuition? Let your fears dissolve. Yes, because that is all about that courage. I'm not going to keep all of these. Full moon in Cancer. Full moon in Aries, cool your emotions, because your fears can bring out certain emotions from you that are intense and very activating. And you have full moon in Virgo, take inspired action. So with 3 full moons wanting to try to come out for you, there is something being illuminated at this time. You are taking inspired action, and Spirit is asking you to definitely tune into your emotional state before, so that, when you're in the heat of any moments and new things are popping up, your new experiences are happening for you, you're not emotionally overwhelmed. So let's see what else Spirit wants you to know at this time about your intuition, or what intuitive message is trying to come for you at this time. Pile number 2. Full moon in Aquarius, be real. So another full moon, and at the bottom of the deck, new moon in Taurus, know your worth. So the full moon tells me that you are absolutely, and I mentioned the air signs, and of course Aquarius wanted to show up for you, pile number 2. How aligned. But your intuition is literally requesting that you just be real. Like, you just show up And we were talking about authenticity and how you know that something is bringing your authentic expression out or not. And that's how you know, like, when something is aligned for you is when you can be authentic and know that you are worthy of showing up as your authentic self and your very real, true, authentic self. And that is how you're connecting to your abundance. Again, this is something your intuition has been trying to get you to know. And I feel as if you're not unaware, because you have been called to this leadership position. You have been called to do something courageous for yourself, for your stability. You have been called to listen, which is why you are here and you've clicked on this reading, because this is what you want. You want to be able to show up authentically, be real, and be accepted as that. And you know that you are worthy of this. You know that you are worthy of, being a leader because you are so authentic in your expression. And we need more authentic leaders. You are aware of this. So this is just your intuition trying to catch you up on what you are coming more and more into awareness about. So as I mentioned before, this new leadership, this new opportunity is going to be calling out a very courageous side to you. And this is something that is definitely authentic to your nature. You may not see yourself as the most courageous, but you absolutely are, especially when you feel as if you're just trying things and hoping that luck is on your side more than anything else. That is a part of like your courage and tapping into it in order to try something new and scary and out there. So let's see what else Spirit wants you to know about your intuition, what your intuition is trying to tell you. Okay. No place like home. Let's see. All that glitters. Time for a nap and between worlds. So you absolutely are in between worlds right now. All that glitters showed itself to us, just to reiterate, like, when you're living in your authenticity, everything that you gain is aligned to that energy as well. Is aligned to your authenticity. So with Treasure Island and Between Worlds and all that glitters, definitely just as you are seeking your treasure, as you are seeking new lands, new abundant areas in your life, definitely don't go for the shiniest thing. Pile number 2, I think this is something that is affirming, just because you don't seem like the type to just fall for things. You definitely work hard for things. You put in the effort for things. But of course, Spirit is wanting you to know, don't waste your energy on what you think will be beneficial to you. And I do see you are the type to ask why. We have the 31 here, which is another 4 for you, pile number 2. You are seeing 4s a lot. There could be changes to your home life as well. Some of you could be moving, honestly. But the why card just tells me that you're questioning the purpose of your awareness, like why your awareness is so important, why it's needed. I think you're tying your intuition to your spiritual practice in a way, like you are learning where your intuition stems from. You're learning more about source. It feels too, because there's like this face here, watching over you, guiding you, watching you question things, watching you be curious about things and the existence of things. And so I feel like you're going to be very curious about life in your existence and your purpose. You're going to be curious about how to exist abundantly while also still living in your purpose. which I feel as if your purpose is absolutely to be curious and to question things. You have a lot of air energy that came out with Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. There was also the Taurus energy as well in regards to like your material life. But you're very curious, and I think this is how you have landed into new positions, new opportunities, is through your curiosity. But also like the effort that you have put behind things is where your abundance stems from. You are a hard worker, pile number 2. And the Treasure Island also, I feel like, is telling me to enjoy what you discover, what comes your way. Enjoy it. Be open to experiencing things fully. And what that means to me is, I think it's because of the Treasure Island and the Be Real. When new experiences take place in your life, try not to automatically feed the habit of wearing a mask. Pile number 2, to show up as how you think you're supposed to. Just, show up as you. Leave the mask at home. Forget it. Not the actual, mask for protection, if that is what you're still into these days. Pile number 2. But the mask of authenticity, of identity, of, hiding yourself because you feel more comfortable like that, if that makes sense. Let's see what else Spirit wants you to know in this intuitive message. You have the Magician. I love that. I love the Magician. It's always a great indicator of your capabilities. You are absolutely capable of manifesting. You live a life that is very connected to Source, because you have felt the energy of Spirit moving through your life many times. I feel like sometimes was unexplainable. It could have been before certain spiritual awakenings where you have felt the presence of Source, of God, of Spirit, and you have just now been getting more curious and aware of your magic and your manifestation abilities. And so especially when it comes to doubts and indecision, the Magician cannot work in that energy. They definitely have to have faith that when they point to something, what they are trying to make happen will happen. That is a part of their magic. That is a part of their connection to Source, is to know that the universe has them and they have their back in the field of manifestation, because it's not daisies and rainbows. It's not, manifestation is not perfect. It is a process that we all have to individually learn, how to participate in. And so again, with the effort card here, you are no stranger to this. You, and when I say you're new to it, it's the last 3 to 4 years. This has been a new journey for you, your spiritual journey. And so the 8 of Cups tells me that there was something that you have moved away from, or in the process of walking away from. And it is an emotional tie. It feels to something. I'm going to give me a second to just look deeply. It could be in regards to your fears, because those did come up. Relinquishing your fear of failure, relinquishing your fear of not being a good leader, relinquishing your fear of feeling as if you will not reach your destination. Feeling as if you will not reach what you are seeking. It's just a process, an alchemization process. I feel like your desires and your heart are alchemizing together. They are finding each other. With the 2 of Cups here, this is what signals me to that belief, is that your manifestations are on their way to you via your heart. Normally the Two of Cups can like signal to a relationship or a relational connection, but I feel as if the Two of Cups today is representing you and your desires and your desire to manifest and I feel as if you have manifested you have manifested a position for yourself, a leadership position, an authoritative position for yourself. It doesn't have to be in work. It could be in regards to like your family or a friend group where you've kind of just like taken the role of being more authoritative. Because the leadership card does stand out very strong to me. And it is ruled by the number 6, which is connected to your family ties. So that is why family came up as well, pile number 2. But either way, the Two of Cups tells me that you are, like, your desires are coming to you. Let's see what else Spirit wants you to know. Let's see what else Spirit wants you to know. You have the King of Cups. So, to me, this is a more emotional matter than anything else. I feel like the abundance is just here to let us know, like, you have stability at hand in all regards. But the cups, the King of Cups, the 8 of Cups, the 2 of Cups, lets me know that this is definitely something that you are emotionally connected to. This opportunity that is coming into your life. You are emotionally connected to the energy that you put out, the emotions that you have fed things. It's such an interesting reading, pile number 2. So I feel as if I don't have all the clarity that I need in order to give you a concise message of what your intuition is trying to tell you. The 10 of Swords can let me know that there is a cycle coming to a close. That is something that is obvious to me. And it is in regards to like overthinking, because that is what we talked about in the World card. Thoughts and action, overcoming doubts and indecision. So at the bottom of the deck, you have the Ace of Wands. A lot of inspiration is trying to enter your life at this time. And that is also connected to your abundance, with that being at the bottom of the deck. But overall, pile number 2, your concise message from your intuition is letting you know that you are in control at this time with the things that are coming into your life. Like, you have actively manifested the things that you are seeing come into your life at this time. I don't feel like as if it's things that make you unhappy. There may be things that you are still learning to move away from, again, like mental habits of like negative self-talk, or just doubting yourself, doubting your purpose, really like tearing yourself up mentally. And not necessarily being as compassionate or gentle with yourself in a mental sense. So I see that this is a part of what you're walking away from. Your intuition is telling you, like, you have to let that aspect of yourself go, because not only is the overthinking keeping you from showing up authentically, but it's also keeping you from believing in what you are creating. Pile number 2, it is keeping you from believing that you are worthy of stability, that you are worthy of comfort and of ease, a certain life of ease in your life. These doubts, I feel like, are very hard for you to overcome, and you have needed courage. And I feel as if this is because these thoughts don't just come from nowhere, like they have stemmed from somewhere. And that will be, I'm sure a different reading for another day for you, pile number 2. But you are mustering up all the courage that you have in order to definitely show up and your like closest and most important relationships, as like the gentle being that you are. So much water. You're very soft. You're very sensitive to other people's feelings and emotions and thoughts about you as well. So the process that you are facing at this time is just a new analyzation process of self. You're going to be telling yourself that you're courageous. You're going to be telling yourself that you are a very dedicated and hard worker, and that you do put in a lot of effort, and it is valued. Whether, other people see it or not, you value the hard work that you put in. And you're definitely going to be allowing yourself to just show up, and also to move when you need to. I think the Eight of Cups is just telling me in general, no matter if it's like certain habits that you possess or want to move away from, or if it's just connections that don't feel aligned with who you're becoming, you're not afraid to move either way. You're not afraid to exist in another place, which is why the Treasure Island is here too. Like, you have, many times over, I'm sure, like search for that community, that group that's really felt right to you. And you're not afraid to do that. So that may also be something that is coming up for you. Overall, pile number 2, your intuition wants you to know that you're brilliant, that you can make anything happen, and that many things, the things that you doubt, are more than likely the things that are meant for you to create and be in existence with, because you have already thought about it. You've already envisioned it, visualized it. So what's one step further in making that actually become your reality is the question. So pile number 2, I hope that you enjoyed this very in-depth reading. Oh my goodness. I almost cheated you off of your affirmation card, your final affirmation card. So let me not do that. Let me give you one final message, because your intuition is saying, not quite. You're not done yet. Let's see, pile number 2. What's your final affirmation? What does your intuition really need you to know at this time? All right. You have good feelings all around. So it says, my ability to receive is measured by how much I practice good feeling thoughts. What a summation of your reading. You are definitely learning how to receive. And this is through the thoughts that you carry. We talked about it in the Ten of Swords. And so just another confirmation that you will be receiving. You will be receiving. And it's based on the goodness that you allow to exist in your life and what you choose to reflect on mentally. So open yourself up to allow good things, or allow yourself to feel good things. I feel like you may be aware of good things happening. You may be aware of new beginnings, things that you've manifested. And like that mind of yours may make you doubt why you're feeling so good about it. And it's like, that is changing for you. I sense it. It's like you're going to start allowing your intuition to tell you when to let your mind take a back seat, because your heart is busy doing things. It's busy, letting go of things that no longer serves it, and really trying to connect with real, authentic feelings. At the bottom of the deck, you have, feeling good will bring me far more than whatever I thought I needed. So this is much more than just a title or a position or whatever. This is you wanting to feel good. And again, knowing that you are worthy to feel this goodness. And you know that it'll bring you far more than whatever you thought that you needed. Pile number 2. Like, you're no longer trying to convince yourself, and you're just trying to accept and embrace happiness. That's really it. So for real this time, pile number 2, I hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you did, I would greatly appreciate you giving it a big thumbs up. And as I mentioned in the other piles before yours, I'm trying to build more of a community in the comment section. So if this reading did resonate strongly with you, I'd love for you to share it with other pile number twos out there who may themselves not feel comfortable in leaving a comment, just to see that, you know, there are people out here who are going through things and who can connect with them in some type of similar way. So if you could leave a comment, I would greatly appreciate it. But either way, I would love to see you in another reading. Peace. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. You chose the beautiful citrine point, the crystal point. I'm going to put it right to the side over here and get right into your reading. You also chose the Devil card with the number 15. It's the 15th card in the Major Arcana. And this card says, enjoy life and success according to one's own definition of what is fun and recharges self. So this deck is really interesting in the way that they describe the Major Arcana. And I feel as if something that is really trying to get through to you based on your intuition is to have fun in order to be successful and to succeed in a certain endeavor. Something that may not come up in your mind at first glance is the energy of fun. You would think you have to be very serious about this endeavor. You have to be very strategic. You have to plan everything, and that's how you will find success. And I think in this Devil card specifically, this is your intuition is trying to help you understand that there can be a different approach to success, and it can be enjoyable. So you have self-knowledge and enjoyment here. This cycle in your life is about enjoyment. That is the basis. Pleasure, fun, and enjoyment. And you have to be willing to define what success means to you. Because if you find like you have been successful in the traditional sense and there was not a lot of fun, it was lacking in enjoyment, then you can see how maybe that level of success is not meant for you and you're supposed to reach it in a different way. And this is a message, a strong message that your intuition is trying to reach to you at this time. You do have a lot of wisdom coming into your awareness, a lot of just simple wisdom, like uncomplicated, uncomplex wisdom of life. And how you can better go about enjoying life and not being stressed or attached to habits that lead to stress. So let's see what else Spirit wants you to know about the message that your intuition is trying to reach to you at this time. Let's see what there's 2 of them that came out. Domestic harmony at the bottom of the deck. You have creativity and spiritual partnership. Interesting, because we just saw domestic harmony. And I did see that we have the number 15, which breaks down to the number 6, which can involve your family matters, close familial relationship matters as well. But do I want to keep both is the question. And I think so. Interesting. I do believe that the spiritual partnership is coming up for you for a very specific reason. This partnership is aiding you, I feel like, at this time in regards to letting a lot of stressful habits go, and through creative ways. And it is bringing domestic harmony for you in your relationship. So this doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. So of course, please take what resonates. Pile number 3. I do just believe that a relationship in your life in general is helping you to create a certain ease in your life, and to tap into your creativity more, to have fun with your creativity, especially if it's in regards to like, this is like a spiritual partnership within a career aspect. This person is absolutely bringing out an aspect of you that is very creative, very not out of the norm, because you can, I feel like with your solar plexus chakra being represented here, you can easily access it. It's just like you almost feel as if the fun is separate from the work, and someone is letting you know that that is, that it is all encompassed. You should be able to bring all sides of yourself into the things that you do on a daily, and it should be enjoyable. And speaking of your solar plexus chakra, you did choose the citrine, which is the same yellowish solar plexus tone of color as well. So it correlates with this creativity card very strongly. You were drawn to the citrine crystal because you are having a solar plexus awakening. And it's via your third eye. There's a partnership here that is stimulating your third eye and helping you to awaken to this new wisdom and to this new knowledge. And like I mentioned, it feels like simple knowledge. It feels like simple wisdom. It feels like, things that you already are aware of, in a sense that it makes sense to you, but you just have never been able to really implement it in your life because of previous beliefs and other structures. The Devil card is traditionally, I believe, ruled by Capricorn. So you could be a Capricorn or have this in your natal chart that is like heavily influenced with planets and aspects and stuff, if you're into astrology. But otherwise, I do feel like you just have this pressure to succeed, to perform, but it's not for enjoyment. It is for the word success itself. And so you are tapping into like this creative ability to just be creative and not have to worry about, what will be produced from this? What will people think about this? How will it be received? How can I profit off of this? This is a time of pure fun and enjoyment. So this is creating just because. No one has to see it. It doesn't have to be posted. It can just be you created something. It existed between maybe you and one other person, or just special people. And you don't have to perform for anybody at this time. And this is a very strong message that your intuition is trying to send to you at this time in your life. You have wholeness with the black mulberry, and at the bottom of the deck, you have energy with the orange, and this is Virgo and Aquarius, so that also may be in your natal chart. So let's dive into wholeness first. We have the 33 here as well, which is another 6. So you could be seeing a lot of 6 energy, just possibly stemming to recognition of old habits, conditioned habits, things that you have grown up with, people that you have grown up with. It could be something like that. But the wholeness tells me that as you are listening to your intuition's guidance and you're following what you feel called to do, you will receive a lot of wholeness, a lot of fulfillment, enjoyment, and pleasure. It's just a confirmation. Honestly, the black mulberry is just a confirmation of the type of feelings that you will receive based on following your own intuition. The black mulberry also is literally putting like this vivid, vision in my mind of someone making a blackberry or a blueberry pie. And that being very grounding for you, and it possibly even tying back to a childhood connection as something that someone used to make for you, some kind of pie or dessert or something that really brings you comfort. Some of you could even be heavily into baking as a form or a source of creativity, or you like to bake or cook with your partner in the spiritual partnership. And of course the purple as well, just again talking about a strong tie to your intuition. Some of you could be doing this also through eating certain fruits or herbs, trying to enhance or open, cleanse, unblock your third eye chakra and your crown chakra as well. And so with energy being at the bottom of the deck, I do feel as if you're going to be feeling a new kind of vitality, just because there's a lot less pressure on your shoulders. This is going to be like a new cycle opening up for you and your creativity. You have a relationship to your creativity, I feel like. Pile number 3 is special and unique to you, of course. But I do feel as if you tap into your creativity in a very spiritual way, in a very ceremonial way. It could be ritualistic even. Between you and your creativity, you do value the things that you create and the ability to create. You value it. It has not only brought you success, but before that, it brought you connection to other people. It brought you joy and wholeness itself. And I think you're just really tapping back into that original spirit of your creativity and what it has felt like for you to create in the past. And even if it looks completely different and you don't even paint the same or write the same or collage the same. 333. You could also be seeing a lot of 333s. You may not even do those things the same way, but in the way that you do it, you still feel the same kind of familiar, almost homey feelings when you do create. It brings you a lot of comfort. That's what I feel in a sense. You do get a lot of comfort from creating and expressing creatively. I love that for you, pile number 3. Okay, you have Unfinished Symphony. I think this is beautiful with the number 10 here. So we saw 10 in the energy card with 28 breaking down to a 10. And we have Thinker at the bottom of the deck and 44. So you have, I feel like your intuition has definitely been calling to you to finish something, to think about the conclusion of something, to just finish something. It does feel creative with it being, a symphony here. That is music. That is, classical music. So there's something that you have created that needs your attention in order to be completed, in order to be finished. You will specifically know what it is, pile number 3, but your intuition has been trying to get you to look back in the sense that there is something that you have wanted to create. You have wanted it to exist. It has literally been very aesthetically pleasing to you, or the saying has brought music to your ears. It's really something that you would find pleasing and enjoyable to exist, and your intuition is calling for you to think about it, to think of and to analyze, to plan it out. It could be to take a higher objective based on your viewpoint, to kind of map it out and place the things where you intuitively want them to be. Someone knows exactly what that means, but this was a specific message of just think about how you want to go about this unfinished business so that you don't spend a lot of time in that cycle still. You don't try to perfect it or over analyze it. You just want to finish it up in a nice, fun way. No stress, no sweat. And even almost thinking like, I may not even release whatever this is. I just know that it deserves to exist. And my intuition has almost been nagging me about it. So let's see what else. And of course, the Unfinished Symphony is echoing themes of domestic harmony that was at the bottom of the deck for the other deck. Something about that. Maybe you and your partner like to listen to music together as you create. And And that can be a key to how you may think about this plan as well. Just listening to music, vibing out, thinking about it, and then vibing out while taking action as well. Pile number 3. But of course, take what resonates. Let's see what else the Oracle wants you to know about your intuition and the message it is trying to bring you at this time. Yes, new moon in Capricorn. Yeah, that Capricorn was loud. And full moon in Libra. So step up and lead and find a balance. Very beautiful. You have a new moon and a full moon. There is a certain level of duality here, a push and a pull energy. And that is why the full moon is, showing you, is enlightening you to your need for balance at this time, especially when you find yourself leading in certain situations. So this is only a brief example, pile number 3, but some of you could be facing like a new creative role in your career, something that your partner has absolutely encouraged you to step up and take, to step up and lead, and to do it so in a creative and, a unique and creative way. And you have done it, I believe. You have done just that. And now you are being encouraged your intuition is encouraging you to step up and lead. But either way, even if it's not like a specific position, I do believe that you are taking a more firm hand on your creativity. And that is to say, firm but fun. You're still going to make it enjoyable. But there is something about you not making space or making time to create, like in this way, in a flow way, not a stressed way. You have, and take what resonates, of course, always, pile number 3, I always recommend it, but it almost feels as if Spirit is calling me to say that you have been making excuses as to why you cannot have this existence in your life and why you should be focused on more serious things or future forward things, not worrying about things in the past that were just for enjoyment that aren't finished. It's like, okay, it's fine, and it is fine this is all about choice, of course, but there is something that deserves your attention, and that you absolutely could find balance to incorporate into your life. And it won't be stressful to be able to handle one or two things or multiple things, because the point of the other things that you are incorporating is supposed to be fun and not stressful, to be able to handle when the stressful things do have to take place once again. Stressful or just responsibilities in general, because Capricorn talks about responsibilities, talks about structure, it talks about the to-do list that must be done. It's like the to-do list for the year, not even the to-do list for the day. And so those will still be there. They will always still be there. You can always get back to the grind, even though we don't believe in the grind. And the grind culture, I should say, because there's a healthy way to work. And that is what the full moon in Libra will reveal to you. It will show you that there is a healthy balance available to you. Your intuition wants you to know that very strongly. Pile number 3. But let's see what the tarot wants you to know. What does the tarot say that your intuition is trying to bring to you at this time? Even though I feel as if we're gotten a pretty clear picture based on the oracle, but let's see what else. What else can I tell them, please, Spirit? Pile number 3, about their intuition and what it wants them to know. 1, okay. 2, okay. 3. For right now, yes. And the Chariot at the bottom of the deck. Okay. So you have the Page of Pentacles. You have the Knight of Wands. And you have the Star card. Very beautiful energy. Very, very, very beautiful energy. Let me take a a moment. You are at the precipice of something. Again, a new beginning, a cycle closing, as we notice in the Unfinished Symphony, but we'll be finishing soon. You're at the beginning of something, a very new stage, learning phase for yourself. And it's in regards not just to like financial, because I don't always see the coins as financial. I do see it as a way of living or being, because the material is also our body. Our body is in this physical place. And so it's a new phase of existence for you where you are moving towards things that make you very passionate, make you very excited, feed you a very fulfilling and whole type of energy, and you want more of it. The star is telling me that you have been guided this whole time. I think via partnership. I feel as if you and your partner, if that is something that exists in your life romantically, pile number 3, you both embark on spiritual journeys together. You both believe in a certain spiritual way of being, and it resonates so strongly when you both receive messages of guidance. And it encourages both of you to continue along this path because you have received so much confirmation. But that's a different kind of reading. Let's focus on what you are facing in this new journey, in this new beginning. I do see just on the other side of this doorway in the Page of Pentacles, just a whole new universe, a whole new, like I was saying, a whole new existence for yourself and way of being. And with that comes, of course, financial opportunities, creative opportunities, but it's more so, I feel like, for the experience for you in this cycle. And again, not exactly what you can produce or make off of it. You are absolutely here for experiences and to feel ignited and passionate. I think it's something that your intuition is telling you is more important for you, more and more important for you at this stage in your life. And that is honestly the only energy you're here to accept at this current moment, is like not just passionate, but also intentional, emotionally intentional, just very aligned with your new definition of success. So let's see what else the tarot wants you to know, because that was a very beautiful message, pile number 3, about, these things that you are sensing. You have the Ace of Cups, which literally clarifies it all, and the Fool, with the Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, new beginning that is going to be filling up your heart, filling it up and making you giddy, making you excited to look or act like a fool for the first time, because you're doing something for the first time. It's like, I get to be new, unaware. I get to be unpressured, unbothered by a certain way that something should look or the status of something. I get to really open my heart up to all possibilities because I'm not so focused on the performance of it all. I'm not so in my head about how I should speak, how I should talk about what it is that I've created. It's like nothing is worse than having an amazing post and then having to come up with a caption, right? And so this is what you're not focusing on with the Knight of Swords. You're kind of just taking what you want to say, putting it out there or not, and existing. I feel like this was your like new way of thinking, and thoughts do tend to lead to action sometimes. And so I feel like that's the whole process for you. Your thoughts are transforming with a new perspective. Once again, you face many perspectives in a week, in a month, in a year. So a new perspective is moving you at this time in this new cycle. You allow yourself to be foolish and new and unknowing. You allow yourself to be just creative and wildly creative, mixing things together that may not make sense to others, but it's your art. It's your version of your art. And you have been guided by your spirit guides, by the universe, to present, to move in this way. This is the universe has given this to you as an opportunity. Many may see like opportunities as like, oh, I get to work with so and so, or I get to, collab with whatever company. But for you, this new cycle is about you doing you, how you want to, how you have thought about it, envisioned it, damn near manifested it, like clairvoyantly, and how you want to exist in this phase of your life. I do feel as if this is certainly just a phase. You will definitely grow into more confidence in your creativity, more knowledge about what mediums you like and how you want to express your creativity. You have so much more options available to you as you grow and as you experience more life. But right now, I feel like you have this relationship with your creativity is just now peaking for you. It's just now peaking where other people's voices aren't attached, where expectations weren't attached, where financial security probably is less of an attachment for you. I don't see, necessarily how your finances are doing at this time. I do see like there's just a new beginning for you physically, and that leads to other feelings of pleasure and fulfillment. It's not based on material. And that is, I feel like, not what you're looking for out of this reading. You have been more interested in like just the confirmation of knowing like, oh, so what I have been sensing is really like for real, what I'm supposed to be experiencing and aiming towards and going for. So that is what the tarot had for you. So I'm going to look and see one final card for you, pile number 3, and the affirmations. It's just a bunch of affirmations that I've mixed together. So let's see what your intuition has one final message for you in regards to what they've been trying to tell you. Okay. Yes. I don't have to fear my fear. I can use it as a way to get closer to love. So this new beginning may be a little fearful for you. The autonomy that you face in this new beginning may be a little bit scary for you. That's okay. To be able to meet your fear face on, head on, and say, I see you. I value you because you do let me know that there's, a level of inexperience that is just okay from this. And I'm going to actually feed myself love and compassion in this new beginning instead of really trying to stifle myself or keep myself from actually going after it. It's like you're not doing that anymore. You are actually just using your fear to get closer to the love of the universe source, which is your creativity. When you live in it, when you use it and you express it in your authentic way, you are expressing God's love. You are expressing universal love, spiritual love. And that has always, I feel like, been an internal goal for you. It has always been like almost an invisible goal for you, but it is coming more and more alive within you and within your spirit. Like, you know that God speaks to you through your creativity. I feel that so strongly. And so you want to be able to not let it scare you, not let certain expectations or habits control the way that you know you're meant to express yourself. Okay, pile number 3. And at the bottom of the deck, it says, when I'm patient, I let the universe do for me what I cannot do for myself. And that is a real affirmation for you. I think something that you can resonate with strongly, very strongly. And I do believe there's one more, because I split the deck in half, there is one more bottom of the deck for you. Okay, yes. I love this for you. I let an inner sense of quiet multiply each day as I strengthen my faith in the love of the universe. This is a muscle that you're building at this time. And it will be through many moments of inner quiet, as many as you can grab, as you can take in a day, just letting your spirit settle, and not having, most times you don't have to build a muscle through hard effort or force. You can do the work that you're meant to do and then let it rest and let your body do the rest. So that is the same for your spirit as well. Let it have as many moments of rest that it needs to in order to solidify these moments these very intimate moments that you have with spirit. Pile number 3. I hope that you enjoyed this in-depth message about something that your intuition has been trying to reach you. If you did, I would love it if you would give it a big thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. And I have been letting the other piles know that in order to build community here with Monty's Tarot Child, I would love for you to just leave a comment down below for other pile number 3s and reach out to someone and say, this is maybe what I'm going through and this is how I'm overcoming it, or this is how I'm preparing for it as well, if that is something that you're comfortable with, pile number 3. So I would love to see you in another reading. Peace. Hello, pile number 4. Welcome to your reading. You chose this crystal and you chose the card, the Empress, yes, with creation. So I'm going to put the crystal right here to the side. And this card says, connect intuition with action to get the ball rolling, share the information and the ideas. I love it. So this card is also connected to the energy of child and communication. Very interesting. So the Empress is traditionally connected to the energy of creation. It could be the creation of a life, but it also could be just your natural creative abilities in general, the way that you create self-care for yourself, the way that you create self-care for your inner child. It could be either as well, or the way that you literally physically create beautiful works of art or beautiful missions is what I'm hearing as well. Like you create missions, like actionable, I don't know. But you are a creator and your intuition is bringing you this message to further encourage you to connect your intuition with the actions that you are taking in order to get the ball rolling. So there's something that you want to share, I feel like, with the world. It is informational based. and you have some ideas as well that you really want to share. And I'm going to look and see why your intuition is having you receive this message today and what it has to do with your creativity, your creation abilities. Number 4, please, Spirit. You could also be seeing a lot of 3s as well. You could be connected to wanting to watch pile number 3 as well. Take what resonates. Let's see. Individuality and change at the bottom of the deck. So your intuition is letting you know that there is a change coming. It is going to be connected to your individuality in some way. You could be feeling very almost lone wolfish, even though the Empress can be very connected and caring to the community that they are involved in. I do feel like there's some kind of energy that you are bringing or changing or allowing change to happen in regards to your identity and how you show up, how you take action. With the action card here, the red gives me action, it gives me Aries. And the individuality tells me that you definitely want to be standing out for something. Maybe you would like to be recognized for something even as well. Pile number 4. But in order to receive this recognition, in order to feel as if you are really standing out as you can see in your mind's eye, there is a connection that still needs to be formed. I'm going to see which one. Well, I know it's not your action. You are very action oriented. You actually are ready to take charge. But I do feel as if your intuition is something that is needing to help bridge this connection. That is what is missing here. And of course, this is why your intuition is sending you this message today. And I am going to look and see what that is. It could be that you may be trying to conform into a group environment, whereas you need to really embrace certain abilities that you have that allows you to stand alone if need be. I'm going to look into that message. I'm going to look and see what changes are taking place in your life. Let's see. At this time, pile number 4, please, Spirit. What is their intuition trying to let them know? What is their intuition trying to let them know, please, Spirit? Pile number 4. Did I say 3? I meant pull up 4. Pile number 4, please, Spirit. Yes, the Fates and co-create at the bottom of the deck. Very interesting. So, with the Fates here, it is telling me that, yes, it is a part of your abundant destiny, because you have the number 8 here with the 17. It is a part of your destiny to stand alone in something, to be the first, to be one of a kind, to be individualistic. And that doesn't mean that you won't be in connection to other people. It does not mean that you won't have others around you or you won't have support. I do believe that you are meant to be specifically at the top of something, but for some reason. Like, this change is not happening to you for no reason. It is absolutely a part of your destiny to be placed somewhere by the universe, by source, in order to share. Yes, you're a funnel. And so the more people that see you, which means the more people that you are being able to reach and to give this information and provide these new ideas to. So this is a part of your fate. And I do believe that you sense this, but you also question it. You question why you would have so many stars in your galaxy. and those stars are your audience. Like, you are a part of a universe of like cosmic beings, and you wonder why so many. You wonder why so large of a platform, or like I said, an audience, just all for them to come and look and see and listen to what you have to provide. And it is absolutely because of your destiny. It's meant to play out in your life like this. It is meant for you to co-create with spirit, which is why it is here to do the most, to go the distance, which is right underneath that is a well with another cheetah. So you could be seeing a lot of fast cat symbolism. It doesn't have to just be a cheetah. There are a lot of other... Anyway, don't get me started. This is meant to happen for you, and your intuition is bringing you this message. It could be because this change is much closer than you could even imagine, with it being at the bottom of the deck, and right underneath that is happy ending as well. You will be happy. You will be smiling. You could be the type of person who thinks that with a lot of people around you, that causes a lot of turmoil. It causes a lot of change that you don't want. But with the right people, pile number 4, I can say that you will be happy with this abundant connection to life that you have. It will be very happy for you. So let's see what else your intuition wants you to know at this time, because I think it's a pretty beautiful message. Let's see. Pile number 4, please, Spirit. What is their intuition trying to tell them? I feel as if within your group environment, you will have people from all different walks of life who are coming to support you in your ideas. You're bridging communities together that you like other people would normally not think could coexist or cohabitate together. And this is a part of what you are doing, what you are creating, is this connection. You're doing it intuitively as well. At the bottom of the deck, you have first quarter moon in Virgo, assess the situation. And you also have full moon in Cancer, let your fears dissolve. So your fears are absolutely what it is that you are assessing at this time. And it could be in regards to like connectivity to other people, and how that may have been difficult for you in the past, and how you have much rather to go it alone because things have gotten emotional, or there's just turmoil in general of working with other people, side by side with other people. So you've been convinced that you are going to go it alone for some time now. And I think this is also a part of a change. When you see people coming in, new people coming in, and they want to be of assistance, they want to help, they just want to help share your ideas, share your words, share your vibe, and you may begin to question it. Really like dissolve those fears through a certain analysis, a certain assessment. Be very critical about your fears and why they are showing up at the times that they are showing up, because the fear itself is very telling, but when they show up, it's just as telling as well. What patterns can you see when you are are feeling very emotional? What patterns can you see that can be dissolved, literally? And how can you remind yourself of your purpose and your destiny? This is what your intuition is asking you at this time. And this is how you will be able to connect the actions that you are so excited to take with your intuition, is to allow certain fears to be removed from your aura, from your energy, because it's not written in the fates. It is written that you will overcome these things, that you will face a lot of longevity in your career and in your life in general, but the fear is not a part of that journey. At the bottom of the deck, you have affection with the sorrel, and we have the Taurus energy, and we have Scorpio energy and longevity. And so Scorpio and Taurus are sister signs. So you may have that in your chart, either one of those in your chart. But let's see what this is telling me. I'm trying to also look at this symbol at the bottom, which appears to be a clock, yes. Or like a pocket watch. And there's the sun depicted as well in longevity. So what you are experiencing, like, because I do keep seeing like people being drawn to you in the Fates card here with all the stars just being attached to this person. I do see that you are going to have people around you for a while. You're going to have a very loyal fan base, and people will be very curious about you and your individuality, the way you like present things. It's very interesting. Affection tells me, it's showing me like your energy attracts people. You are very infectious. Like people just really, they dig what you are providing. They dig what you are showing up with. Like you are also a very like affectionate person in a sense where it's like a cat. It's like a cat can be very affectionate to its owner, to the person that it loves, but it can also be very independent. With the individuality here, I feel as if you heavily connect with the cat spirit of being like, when I give you love, you feel it, you see it. I show up, I have it. There's another 3 also here represented. And when I go off, you miss me, but you know that I'm still here for you. I'm still rocking with you. I'm just not always available to you. And that could be also why people are so curious about you and why they keep coming back. They keep coming back for more. And that's the longevity and the connection as well. It's like, I feel like I could spend all this time with this person and I still wouldn't know them fully, but I adore them so much. And I did mention fast cats as the symbolism of your cards, your oracle cards for the most part. So yes, you are heavily connected to that energy and people love it. They, even people who don't like cats can admire them for their agility, but their really strong independence. And I do believe you have that. I don't believe it is a weakness for you or like something that weakens your creative abilities. It's something that really holds you up and supports you when you don't feel as if there are other resources available, is yourself, of course. And so your intuition just wants to confirm that for you and to let you know that you do have a path of longevity coming in regards to your purpose. It's like you're really stepping into it feels like at this time. You're really like, your energy is preparing you for it. And this reading here today is just to remind you of who you are. And because I don't believe like you're not tapped into your intuition, especially with the full moon and Cancer. Things do, and Scorpio, things do tend to be very like clear for you, especially when you're tapped in intentionally. It's just like your intuition has been trying to reach this message to you of why everything is going the way that it's going and why it should continue and why you should continue to trust your creative abilities and trust that it is connected to your intuition. Like it is a very spiritual process for you, I do believe. 10 of Wands wanted to fly out for you, pile number 4. The 10 of Wands tells me that you do have a bit of a creative burden on your shoulders. you're releasing something in regards to like either responsibilities, what you feel you are responsible for versus what you actually are responsible for. But also your fears could be very, like, they can weigh on you heavily as well at times. Just making you, the Ten of Wands always makes me feel like you're taking on too much. You're putting on a lot on your shoulders because you feel as if you have to. Because you feel as if that is how you can show up as useful. That is how you can show up as experienced also as well. Could be like why the Ten of Wands exists and why we do the things that we do, placing so much on our shoulders. So I feel as if this is a part of what you are allowing to dissolve. I do see that I just saw the Two of Pentacles. So even financial decisions tend to, you try to do the most responsible thing. You try to do, what isn't maybe always necessarily like the easiest in regards to making financial decisions. You want to make sure it's smart, not just easy. So you'll take a harder path if you know that it'll be beneficial, if that makes sense, palming before it. And so I do see that this is also possibly transforming for you, where easy doesn't mean not valuable. Simple doesn't mean you won't get the most out of it, if that makes sense. I feel like that was a specific message that someone's intuition wanted them to know. So let's see what else is accompanying the 10 of Wands. You have the 8 of Swords and the 9 of Wands. Interesting. And the Fool at the bottom of the deck. Okay. So the 10 and the 9 of Wands are some real intense energy. You are very strong. You're even very strong-minded. And of course, you've come into this world with this strength for a reason. Like, you may have felt like things in the past that were difficult and kept you stagnant or stuck in situations. It all was to build a certain level of resiliency and strength within you in order to move away from things that you know no longer served you. So the 8 of Swords tells me that what that looks like for you is a sort of mental encapsulation that your mind keeps you, like, I feel like you are the type of person, let me start from the beginning, that receives intuition via your mind, but also like energy as well. You can read energy and you can also like have very intuitive thoughts is what I meant. And so when your mind is blocked with I can'ts and I shouldn't, then that keeps you very still and stagnant. And this is a part of the fears. This is a part that like really feels emotional for you at times, because you know that it's just your mind speaking. You know that you're very strong and can handle a lot, and you've been brought into this world in order to be resilient and to be strong and to show true strength to the world as well, and also probably to communicate it in different ways also. But the 8 of Swords keeps you from this at times. It keeps you from speaking up. It keeps you from thinking that certain things are possible. It keeps you thinking in certain habits that, like we mentioned, places a lot of burden on your own shoulders. It leaves you with the brunt of certain work, because you're just that person. You're just that person who shows up and who can provide and think, well, maybe I should because I can. And sometimes, I think that what burnout is. You've been very close to it, if not at the doorstep of burnout. And so at this time, your intuition is telling you that this is a cycle that is closing for you. This is a cycle that is closing for you. I am looking at the word communication now. You could be in communication or like as a career path, but just networking with other people in general. You are the informative sharer. You share the information and ideas. And again, in the past, you've held yourself back from that. You've silenced yourself. And this is a new beginning for you. And your intuition is letting you know that it's meant to be this way. The fates. But it's absolutely meant to be this way. So let's see what else your intuition would like for you to know from the tarot. Ace of Cups and the Knight of Wands. Very beautiful. 10 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Wow. So, we had the change at the bottom of the deck, and now we have 10 of Cups, which signifies a very beautiful and abundant change. The Knight of Wands tells me that you are feeling a spark, and it's a spark unlike one that you have felt in the past creatively. And you're so interested in this new beginning because you do sense yourself letting go of like inhibitions, letting go of doubt, letting go of overthinking, or convincing yourself to not do something or to do all of something all at once. It could be a spectrum for you, pile number 4. But the Knight of Wands tells me that you definitely feel ignited and passionate. You almost feel as if, like, because you feel so free from letting certain fears and burdens go, that you're going to be trying to expel a lot of energy, and your intuition is wanting me to let you know to not end up in the same burnout cycle, even if it's just in a different way. Don't burn yourself out. Don't try to do too much all at once. Really enjoy a journey. Really enjoy an experience. Like, make lifelong memories instead of just trying to do it and experience it all as quickly as possible. Also, like, just based on trying to provide, it's like, really enjoy the experience of being this person and having the task of sharing information with people and making it also enjoyable for yourself as you are on this journey, because that is what is important with the Ace of Cups. Spirit wants you to know that you're meant to enjoy this as well. You're meant to be fulfilled by it because it is your fate, because it is your purpose. It's like, when I say joy and fulfillment, I don't mean like every day is going to be absolutely perfect. I mean, every day, at the end of the day, you're going to have something that fills up your heart, that stimulates your mind, that, progresses towards longevity in your life overall, creating a legacy. This is something that you're interested in, and you're building it, and your intuition wants you to know that you are very close, that you're very close to a new existence. You have all of your life to live and to build, of course, and to cycle through cycles. But this one, there's something, especially with the full moon here and the 8 of Swords and the full moon in Cancer, I feel like by the next moon cycle, whenever you're watching this, the next full moon that you experience wherever you're living, it's going to enlighten you to a lot about yourself. And throughout that process as well, no matter what moon phase you're in right now, from this day forth to the next full moon, every day you will start to realize more and more about limitations and fears, about destiny, alignment and energy, and true fulfillment, not true and genuine fulfillment, not just any kind of surface level fulfillment either. So I'm going to look and see what affirmation wants to come out for you. I don't think I've ever seen this one. Okay, so I split the deck, and this was at the very top. The key to prayer is to forget what I think I need. And prayer is just your communication with source and spirit. It is your messaging type. So whether you message God with Android versus iPhone, honey, it don't matter. We all communicate to an outer source, subconsciously and consciously. And, this is telling me that your intuition is trying to let you know, just forget what you think that you need. and ask for guidance, ask for that help, ask for that clarity, is what the full moon is trying to tell us. Ask for clarity when you feel the most unclear, or when you feel like old habits are coming up again for you. Pile number 4, that is what your intuition wanted you to know. And so we're going to do one last final affirmation for you before the close of your reading, pile number 4. What is their intuition trying to let them know, please, Spirit? What is their intuition trying to let them know? Yes. Okay. So it says, when I truly surrender my desires to the universe, a mighty force of faith can set in. And this is absolutely, a message that your intuition has been trying to tell you this whole time, especially when you feel as if you're trying to control things. When you find yourself reaching out to try to steer the ship, try to, just control. When I see surrender, I also see control. So you're truly surrendering at this time. Whatever it is that you desire, the universe is absolutely capable of taking care of. So with your faith, your intuition, and a little bit of action, you're allowing Spirit to really take a role in your life. They love it. They enjoy it. They're proud of you for your surrender to the more complicated energies that you feel really scare you or put you in your place. Even it could be. They are grateful for you, your realizations, for your awareness, for your acceptance also. And for the faith that you are really living with at this time. You are someone who is learning to rely on faith and not just what you see or what you think, and sometimes not even what you feel, because your heart, the heart goes through things in life. And when it is clouded with fear, your heart, that's sometimes harder to follow. And so with faith, when no other senses you feel as if you could rely on, your faith is something that Source and Spirit is very proud of you exerting when you do. And the bottom of the deck, it says, I choose to be a super attractor and have unwavering faith in the universe. They really do feel this from you. I don't know why. You may have faith tatted on you. I'm not sure. But they do feel your trying. They do feel you trying. They do see you trying. They do see you communicating and really trying to surrender and let go. They do see it. They are very proud of you. I feel as if, even your intuition is here to tell you, we hope that you see it too. What you have been capable of over time, very slowly, but very surely, being able to shed certain things that aren't a part of your destiny. Pile number 4. That was your in-depth reading about a message that your intuition has been trying to reach to you. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. And I've been trying to mention in every pile that I would like for the community members who really feel called to leave comments down below so that other pile number 4s can resonate with what you share and your own journey and feel encouraged by your words. So if you feel called to, I would greatly appreciate that also. And I would love to see you in another reading. Peace.